Delegations from 36 countries have traveled to Russia's Kazan for the BRICS summit. Among them were 22 heads of state, including China, India, South Africa, Egypt and Turkey, the Kremlin reported. Putin's goal is to demonstrate through the BRICS summit that Russia is not isolated and to weaken the influence of the West, according to the Telegraph. However, due to disagreements among the participants, the Kremlin dictator may not achieve his goals. In particular, leaders of BRICS nations, such as the President of Brazil and the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, did not attend the summit.
The BRICS contain some odd bedfellows never likely to agree on anything, notably China and India. Egypt and Ethiopia are unlikely to see eye to eye either, nor Saudi Arabia and Iran. Unlike the G7 of industrialized nations, enmities ancient and modern will probably scupper Putin's aggrandizing ambitions. From the Telegraph publication.
If we were to give $2 million to the leaders of the third world today, there would be even more of them. So what's the point? What is Putin's direct political benefit? Are Chinese regiments going to march there now with Putin and storm Chasiv Yar? That's not going to happen. In fact, those who came, including Narendra Modi, within the first few minutes told Putin to end the war in Ukraine immediately.
Even though Russia is hosting the BRICS summit, an association that accounts for 45% of the world's population and 35% of the global economy, Washington does not see it as a threat to the West, White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby said. He noted that Moscow is forced to take drastic steps to support its military economy because of its international isolation.
We don't view the BRICS arrangement as some sort of, threat. These countries can decide for themselves who they want to associate with and especially how they want to be economically linked with one another. John Kirby, White House National Security Communications Advisor, in a commentary for Voice of America.
Secretary General of the United Nations Antonio Guterres was one of the guests at the summit. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine criticized him for accepting Putin's invitation to the BRICS summit but not attending the earlier peace summit in Switzerland on Russia's war against Ukraine. For his part, Guterres' deputy spokesperson Farhan Haq noted that the UN Secretary General's trip was a standard practice.
Everything happens in history in a spiral, sometimes in the form of tragedy, sometimes in the form of farce. Today we are witnessing a tragic farce. The participation of the UN Secretary General does not change this tragic farce. All this has already happened. There was a tug of war between the USSR and America, including in international organizations. Who won the tug of war probably doesn't need to be reminded.
The European Union also reacted to Antonio Guterres' visit to the BRICS summit. EU lead spokesperson for foreign affairs and security policy Peter Stano is convinced that the presence of the UN Secretary General in Kazan will strengthen the call for Russia and Putin to completely stop their aggression against Ukraine and immediately withdraw Russian military forces from Ukrainian territory. Reported by Sergei Kulyas, Nikita Skoblikov, UATV News.